Hello, Oilers fans. Austin here with the post-game recap or reaction to the Oilers' 4-2 victory over the Nashville Predators. Edmonton, I thought, played a fantastic game, and there's a lot to talk about in this game. A lot of it I will save for the day after discussion, but I'm going to keep things kind of brief in this one. It's going to be a little shorter probably than my usual post-game reactions. So if you enjoyed tonight's video, make sure you hit that like button, and if you really liked it, make sure to subscribe. The Oilers are one win away from getting back to 500, which they can do as early as Saturday against the Dallas Stars in what will be a rematch of the Western Conference Final and a potential future match in the playoffs because, Dallas is projected to be a very good team this season. And for the Edmonton Oilers, if they can find a way to get rolling here, get back on track, prevent themselves from falling too far behind, because last year things spiraled after the slow start. But the Oilers now, they've won 2 straight games, and there's a lot to feel good about their game. 5-on-5 tonight was immaculate. One of the best 5-on-5 performances I've seen this team play in a very long time. Probably the best performance the team in general has played since Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final, which I know was, a little while ago, but it's nice to see the Oilers look like they're starting to find some form, and, being able to find that right now as opposed to maybe in November or December and having to, being forced to go on this massive win streak to get back into a playoff spot. It's good to see right now. I will say, if you look on the screen though, on the left, the hits were tracked as 30-7 for the Nashville Predators. This is why hitting is such a strange stat and a very subjective stat. It's why a lot of people in the analytics community don't put a lot of stock into hitting, because it differs so much from building to building, the people that keep track of the hitting stats. So the Oilers for sure had more than 7 hits in this game. At one point in the third period, the Oilers were credited with only 3 total in the game. It made absolutely no sense, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Oilers' 5-on-5 performance and the 2 goals from Brett Kulak. Brett Kulak, I'm so glad he's still on the team. It was a big loss losing Philip Broberg, that left shot D-man, to St. Louis, who, by the way, has points in 5 straight games for the Blues and set a Blues franchise record for a defenseman starting their career with St. Louis to start a year with 5 points in 5 games. So good for Philip Broberg. That's so awesome. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy. I'm totally kidding. We have Brett Kulak putting the puck in the net, and that's more important to me than Broberg getting some assists. So Brett Kulak, he led the way with 2 goals. And overall, the team played really well. Connor McDavid, he got his first goal of the season. Jeff Skinner continued his very strong play with another goal for Edmonton. Ekholm with an assist. Darnell Nurse with an assist. Draisaitl and Janmark also with the helpers. And Calvin Pickard, I thought, played a very, very good game. He stopped 25 of 27 shots. In my pregame report, I was just asking for a, just say 905 save percentage, right? Just give us a 905 save percentage, and the team always has a chance to win a hockey game. And that came true tonight. He had a better than a 905. He had like a 920 save percentage, maybe 930. I don't know. 25 divided by 27. Someone can do the math for me. So yeah, Edmonton, great game. 5-on-5, no complaints. They absolutely dominated. They dominated the advanced analytics as well. We're going to take a look at that on Money Puck right now. Let's take a look here. The expected goals in all situations, 4.73 to 1.97 for Edmonton. If we break that down to just 5-on-5 play, it was 2.48 to 1.4. Now, the Oilers, they were dominating pretty much this entire game. Nashville had half of an expected goal after 2 periods, but you can see in the third period, this little chart here, they were generating a lot of shots, a lot of chances. They were playing desperate, but the Oilers, they bent a little bit. They did not break, and they find a way to get the empty netter and win the game, which is fantastic. But in all situations, the Oilers had a ton of chances. The only blemish on the night is their power play. Edmonton's top unit is just really struggling right now. The second unit scored just after a 5-on-3 had expired. So, it doesn't count as a power play goal, but the second unit, I think, is who should be starting the next power play. Or I would take Nugent Hopkins off the top unit and put Jeff Skinner out there. Jeff Skinner is looking really solid right now. He's producing. And if we look at individual players, Corey Perry led the way with a 97.91 expected goals for percentage at 5-on-5. And if we were to break this down by forward lines, the Janmark, Ryan, Perry line had a 100% expected goals for percentage. This fourth line has been phenomenal all season. Corey Perry must have found the fountain of youth before the season started and drank a whole bunch of that water, because he has looked terrific. His play in the second period after that power play expired, the move that he made behind the net to get himself in front by himself that led to a scramble that eventually led to Jeff Skinner scoring the Oilers goal. I don't know what happened to Corey Perry from the playoffs to now, but if this is the Corey Perry that we get all season long, this is well worth the money spent to keep him around. I don't care what his his ages. Corey Perry is playing great hockey. Derek Ryan also seems to have found some kind of fountain of youth as well. Him and Perry have been playing very well together. When they're on the ice, good things happen for Edmonton. Very little chances against, and they are really driving play. In terms of expected goals for, the Arvidsson, Nugent Hopkins, Podkolzin line had a better game in terms of 5-on-5 play. Pretty low event overall before the lines did get shuffled. In the third period, I saw Janmark up with Nugent Hopkins, and I saw Podkolzin get bumped back down to the fourth line. So that's why it's always good to take a look at the individual performances, because Nugent Hopkins still struggling right now. He's not really driving play at all. He can't center his own line at this stage of his career. He is a complementary winger to skilled players. And Nugent Hopkins right now, I hope he can find his game because the team needs him to get going. Connor Brown, if you're looking at the expected goals for percentage, Connor Brown didn't have a strong game, but I still thought he had a very effective game. I liked his play using the eye test. For the most part, every single player tonight, they were bought in. They played well. They played how they needed to play to shut the Nashville Predators down. And if you're a Predators fan, I don't know what you're thinking right now, because now your team is 0-4. And for a team that had Stanley Cup aspirations, the moves that they made in the offseason, signing Jonathan Marchessault, getting Steven Stamkos, it's really strange that Nashville right now, I think they have one power play goal all season, just like the Oilers. Both teams' power plays have been just atrocious, but Nashville did score one power play goal tonight. So, good for them that they were able to still take advantage of a penalty kill that is struggling a little bit for Edmonton. I will say, not Calvin Pickard's fault. That power play goal for the Nashville Predators, it was a great pass, great heads-up play by UC Saros to get that puck up the ice, and then it was a nice tip in front of the crease. There's nothing Pickard could have done. Same with the first goal. Just a great tip in front of the net. Overall, great game. Very little complaints from me. The Oilers have a chance to go into Dallas for the matinee game on Saturday at 2 p.m. Mountain and get themselves back to 500. And then, like I said, I like to try and analyze teams in 7 or 8 game sample sizes. If this team is able to get to 3-3 and then build off that, maybe be 4-4 or 5-3 after that first 8 game stretch, there will be a lot more positives than negatives to talk about. The Oilers seem to be finding their game. Slow start to the season. It won't matter if this team finds a way to string together a few more wins and start feeling good about themselves. Connor McDavid gets his first goal of the season. Hopefully that, builds his game up. Leon Draisaitl with an assist. It's always good to see Brett Kulak scoring a couple goals. And then, like I said, Jeff Skinner, he's also played phenomenal hockey. The bottom 6 for Edmonton right now, they are driving play. They just need a little bit more offense from that top 6, and they need that power play to start clicking. Once the power play starts clicking, we're going to see this team really start to blow teams out of the water. But until that happens, I'll just be happy with the 5-on-5 play. It's an encouraging sign. A couple games ago, we were concerned about their 5-on-5 play and the goaltending. Well, right now, we're kind of forgetting about that, especially after that game against Calgary. And 2 wins in a row makes us feel a little bit better. We got the victory chain. Play La Bamba, Oil Country. A lot of people kind of mentioned that it sounded like I didn't say La Bamba in the last video, so I'm making sure I emphasize that properly. Moving forward, thank you all so much for watching. I truly appreciate your support. It means the world. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I will have a pregame report up tomorrow evening for that Dallas game because it is so early, meaning I likely won't have a day after discussion until Sunday where I will discuss this game and the Dallas Stars game. Normally, I like to have that day after, literally the day after the Oilers play a game, but because that matinee game against Dallas is so early, just the timing of the schedule of getting my uploads up, it's probably not going to work out. If you do get an extra video from me tomorrow, other than the pregame report for the Dallas game, that's a bonus, but I can't guarantee anything. Either way, I appreciate everyone's support. And of course, friendly reminder, I am part of the Game Over Network. If you want to support Game Over Network or Game Over Network Edmonton specifically, link is in the description. Go click on that. Go subscribe. Go show your love and support that you show me all the time over there. They've got some great people doing some great things, and I'm very happy and proud to be part of it. We'll see you in the next one, Oil Country. To make sure you tell someone that you love them, and always fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. We'll talk soon. Take care.